This hotel is steps from one of the biggest malls in Canada, and minutes from one of the best theme parks in the country. But the real question is this actually a good hotel, or just a good location? Hey everyone, welcome back to This Teen Travelz. I'm Mateo, and on this channel, I review hotels from a teen's perspective, covering things that actually matter, like Wi-Fi speeds, gaming setups, pool vibes, and overall room comfort. So if you're trying to decide where to stay, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Today I'm reviewing the Aloft Vaughan Mills, a Marriott hotel right across from Vaughan Mills and just minutes from Canada's Wonderland, to see if it actually delivers from a teen perspective. If you're looking for a hotel near Vaughan Mills or a hotel near Canada's Wonderland, this Aloft Vaughan Mills hotel review will give you a real look at what it's actually like to stay here. This is also another stop in my Hometown Ontario series, where I'm exploring hotels across Ontario to see which ones are actually worth it. First impression, this hotel feels completely different from most Marriott hotels I've stayed at, in a good way. The lobby feels more like a modern lounge than a traditional hotel. It's smaller than the Aloft I stayed at in Wilmington, North Carolina, but it actually works. It feels cozy, warm, and really easy to navigate. There's tons of seating everywhere. Couches, tables, high-top seating, plus a pool table right in the middle of the space, which instantly gives it that social vibe. You've also got the WXYZ bar, right in the lobby with more lounge-style seating and a big TV. And right beside it is Refuel, their grab-and-go gourmet pantry. Check-in was quick and easy. The front desk setup is circular, which is different, and Sajita was super friendly and made sure we had everything we needed for our stay. My dad booked a 2-queen guest room, and we were on the 6th floor. The room was bright, clean, and had a layout that's a little different from what I'm used to. When you walk in, you actually pass the bathroom area first before getting into the main bedroom space. You'll see what I mean in the walkthrough. The bathroom had a stand-up shower, a safe, and even the mini fridge tucked under the sink, which is kind of unusual. Overall, the layout is different, and the room is a bit smaller than other 2-queen rooms I've stayed in, but it still works. Wi-Fi was easy to connect to on all my devices. Laptop, phone, iPad, and of course my Nintendo Switch. Speeds came in at about 20 megabits per second down, and 20.5 megabits per second up on Ookla speed test. Right on the border of decent and slow. As of this recording, it ranks number 36 on my hotel Wi-Fi speed leaderboard. Full rankings are on my website, ThisTeenTravelz.com. Connecting my Switch to the TV was actually pretty easy thanks to the swing-out mount. The only tricky part was the Marriott entertainment box being mounted high on the TV, so I had to step onto the bench to reach it. Pro tip, bring a longer HDMI cable. It makes setups like this way easier. Next up, pool vibes. The pool area was a solid size, clean and nice and warm. One thing I liked was the full set of stairs along one side of the pool. Makes it super easy to get in and out. There were about 6 loungers and a table with chairs, so decent seating overall. It also connects to an outdoor patio area, which unfortunately was closed for the season. But it looked like it would be a great hangout spot in the summer with couches, Muskoka chairs, and more seating. The gym was also a good size for this property and had a solid variety of equipment. You've got a multi-gym setup, a weight rack and bench, kettlebells, yoga equipment, an exercise bike, plus 3 treadmills and 2 ellipticals. So definitely enough for a full workout. At the hotel, you've got 2 main options. Refuel is their grab-and-go pantry with snacks, drinks, and quick meals. And WXYZ Bar has a small evening menu. Since my dad is a Marriott Bonvoy Titanium member, we chose grab-and-go breakfast vouchers. My dad had the OG BEC sandwich, and I tried the egg and chorizo wrap. Both were good, but my wrap was pretty small and didn't really match the menu photo. For dinner, we headed over to Vaughan Mills, which is literally a short walk across the parking lot. We ended up getting poulet rouge, a great spot for customizable grilled chicken bowls, and brought it back to the room. And honestly, that's one of the biggest advantages of staying here. If you're willing to drive even 5 to 10 minutes, your food options are basically unlimited. This is the second Aloft I've stayed at, and compared to the one in Wilmington, this one felt a bit more limited when it comes to activities. At the Wilmington location, things like board games, cards, and even games like cornhole were already set out and ready to use. Here you could still access things like board games and the pool table, but you need to ask the front desk and even sign a waiver for the pool cues. So activities are still there, just not as casual or ready to use. Now let's talk about the location, because this is where this hotel really stands out. Vaughan Mills is literally right across the parking lot, and it's one of the largest indoor malls in Canada, and it's designed in a circular layout, so you can't really get lost. Inside there's something for everyone, including the Legoland Discovery Center for younger kids, and Bass Pro Shops, which is always fun to check out just for the giant fish tank. And coming soon in summer 2026, a brand new Palladium, which is expected to be the largest in Canada, with arcade games, climbing walls, ropes courses, bowling, and more. If you don't want to wait for that, you've also got Game Time Social and Dave & Buster's, both within a 10-minute drive. And then there's Canada's Wonderland, which is probably the biggest reason to stay here. It's less than 10 minutes away, and it's packed with some of the tallest and fastest roller coasters in the country, plus a full water park. If you're not into theme parks, you can also check out Cineplex Cinemas Vaughan, also known as Colossus, which is one of the most recognizable movie theaters in Ontario. Everything I mentioned, plus additional tips, links, and travel info is included in my full blog review on ThisTeenTravelz.com. I did go back and forth on whether to include this in the review, but I think it's important to share. At around 2:30 in the morning, the fire alarm suddenly went off. I'm a pretty heavy sleeper, so I didn't hear it at first, but my dad woke me up and we quickly got dressed and started heading toward the stairs to figure out what was going on. It did take me a minute to fully wake up. Not ideal in a situation like that, but we were getting ready to head down when the alarm suddenly stopped. At that point, we saw people coming off the elevators, so we decided to head down to the lobby ourselves. When we got there, it was a pretty intense scene. There were multiple firefighters, police officers, and emergency vehicles outside the hotel. A staff member let us know right away that everything was okay and that it had been a false alarm. And they were very calm and professional in how they handled it. But then, something I've honestly never seen before. Right in the lobby, police were arresting a man who had pulled the fire alarm. That definitely woke me up fast. Seeing that whole situation unfold in real time was pretty shocking, and it took a while to process everything that had just happened. We eventually went back up to the room, and from the window, I could see the fire trucks and police cars slowly leaving as things settled down. Needless to say, it took me a bit to fall back asleep after that. The next morning, the hotel staff were really good about apologizing to guests and handling the situation professionally. And to be clear, this wasn't the hotel's fault at all. They handled it the way you'd want them to. It just goes to show, anything can happen during a hotel stay. And honestly, how a hotel handles moments like that tells you just as much as the room, the Wi-Fi, or anything else I review. So, who is this hotel really for? This is a perfect fit for families with teens and thrill seekers, especially if you're planning a trip to Canada's Wonderland. Being just 5 to 10 minutes away makes this an easy home base. It's also ideal for the shop until you drop crowd. Having Vaughan Mills literally across the parking lot means you can shop, drop your bags, recharge, and go right back out without dealing with traffic. The biggest strength of this hotel is its vibe. It doesn't feel like a traditional hotel. It feels more like a modern social space, which makes it way more fun to stay at, especially as a teen. The biggest drawback? The Wi-Fi is just okay, and the rooms are a bit smaller than what you might expect from a 2-queen setup. But overall, this hotel is This Teen Travelz approved! If you're looking for a hotel near Vaughan Mills or a hotel near Canada's Wonderland that feels more relaxed, social, and modern, the Aloft Vaughan Mills is a really solid option. I also want to give a shout out to Sajita, Mitsu, Kanika, and Olivia. Thank you for your hospitality. Thanks for watching. This review isn't sponsored. This is my honest teen perspective. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe for more hotel reviews from This Teen Travelz. See you in the next one. Bye!